So good morning everyone, how are you guys doing? Oh my gosh. Okay, so before I tell you this story, I just want to prepare you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's been a long busy morning. I'm gonna tell you what happened this morning, then we'll get into the story very quickly. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching my channel, welcome. My name is Shola and this is DNVlogsLife. So if you are new, you do not know who I am, I'm a mother of two. I have two beautiful daughters, ages 13 and 16, soon to be 17 this month, like a couple of days. And today I'm going to share a story with you. It's a story time. It's how I found out that I was adopted. Yeah, okay. So you guys, you're probably like, oh my gosh, what happened? Okay, so I'm going to tell you, it's a funny story, but then again, when it happened, it wasn't funny to me. So I went to Walmart this morning. Before I get into that, I went to Walmart this morning because my daughter, our bus was complicated. She forgot something at home. We had to drive back home, and then because of that we had to meet the bus somewhere else. And so the place I was going to take her to, I was like, you know what, I might as well do my grocery shopping. And I'm telling you, I am going to start doing my grocery shopping at Walmart very early in the morning, Friday mornings, 6 a.m. As soon as they open the door, I'm there, because whenever I try to go back again in the evening, there's a long line and you're waiting in line for 30 minutes. So I made the mistake. I wanted to buy red grapes. Usually I do not buy red grapes, but I want to buy red grapes for a change, because the last time I bought green grapes, it was a disaster. I found out that by mistake the red grapes I bought had seeds in it. So now I'm going to turn it into smoothie grapes. So I have to cut each of these grapes and remove the seeds. Let me show you what the seeds is. And that, I'm telling you this because this is why I decided to just make this a story. I do have a vlog that is supposed to come out today, but your girl is not gonna have time to edit it and go to work and do all that stuff. So story time. Okay, so my family, I have 3 brothers and I'm the only girl. And if you are someone that you grew up with brothers, I don't know, have you ever been teased by your brothers? Have you ever been made fun of? Have you ever been, told things and you're like, when you were little, and even as you get older, they still affect you? So this is the case. So when I was younger, I was very quiet. I think I was a quiet child. I was more talkative during like when I go to school. I was more talkative. I'm removing, oh gosh, it's gonna take forever. I was more talkative when I went to school. And my brothers always stuck together. I had a younger brother and 2 older ones. My oldest brother is around, I want to say 5-6 years older than me, and then my other brother is nearly 2 years older than me, and then there's me, and then my mom had my brother. She gave birth to my brother. So while we were little and stuff, when I could, as far as I could remember, my brothers, they would say different stuff. They'll say weird stuff, and whenever they say stuff, I'll go to my room, I'll cry, and I'll just like chalk it up to brothers. You know how brothers can be, brothers being brothers. So this one time my brothers will say stuff like, oh Shola, you swallowed the fridge, and as kids, if someone said that, oh, when you were little you swallowed the fridge, I know in your head you'll be like, how can I swallow the fridge? You'll be like, oh, I know that's a joke or whatever. But I was a very sensitive child, so I totally believed everything my brothers said. I totally believed it. So there was this time when my brothers, I don't know which one of them started saying this, but they were like, and I never asked them. My brothers don't watch my vlog. I think my youngest brother is probably the only one that watches my vlog. He's a big supporter. Hey, hi bro. And his niece also has a channel, and yeah, so he's the one that I'm closer to my youngest brother than my other brothers, because we kind of lived more together, so we're about 3.5 years difference, like my kids are too. So my brothers would say, oh, you swallowed the fridge, and I'll believe them, and I'll be like, oh, you know, I don't know if I fought back or I said anything back, but if I can recall, me as who I am, I probably didn't say anything back, to be honest with you, because I would just like mope around, and they used to call me names like Moody. They used to call me Moody, like I'm moody, because I was always quiet and I didn't talk, and I looked as if I was always in the moody name. And my brothers, we did all kind of stuff, like we gave each other Muslim nicknames. I don't know why, we always found Muslim names to be very, very interesting, more interesting than Christian names. We're Christians. So my oldest brother, because his name starts with M, will say Muidat or some Muijidat or something like that. Then my other brother, his name started with N. You see how my parents did it. My older brother and my second older brother, my first oldest brother, his name starts with M, and then my other brother, his name starts with N, you know, in the alphabet. And then me, my name starts with S, and then my youngest brother, his name starts with T. I don't think my parents planned it that way. Similarly to me and my husband, we never planned that both my daughter's name will have, I don't know if you guys ever caught on this, both my daughter's name would have the same initials, same alphabets, except the first and the last, and except the first name. So my oldest daughter's name is Eniola. E is the only difference between a sister's name, which is Tolani. So mix all the other digits, other 5 or so digits, is it 5? Yeah, and it's the same thing. Okay, so I never realized that until last week, and my daughters were like, oh, you didn't know? And I'm like, yeah. They were like, oh, we thought you planned it that way. I said, no, we didn't, it just happened that way. So going back to my brothers, so we gave each other nicknames. My second brother would be Nuruddin, and then I was Saratu or something with S, and then my youngest brother was Tajuddin or something like that. We always gave each other code names, and I thought that was cool. But what I didn't think was cool was when my brothers, I don't know which one of them, told me, and it's not only one time they said it. This was what they said. So the way, they said my father found me in a weird place, and it brought me home. So the story is, they said, the story is my brothers cooked up. Siblings can be quite weird. I don't know if you had siblings like mine, but I love them. But what they said really stuck to me over the years, even up until I was in my teens. It still stuck to me. So they said my father found me in the gutter. Yeah. And that he brought, because he didn't have a little girl, he brought me home because it was so sad for me. And after that, that's when they started raising me as their own child. So you imagine you're a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and your brothers keep on telling you that. Tell me that you will not believe you were adopted. I cannot believe I was adopted. I was so pissed when they told me. I mean, I was like, no, it's not true. And at the back of my head, I was like, Shola, maybe it's true. Maybe that's why your brothers are not, were not nice to you at this time. Maybe that's why, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, that's why my dad likes me more, or whatever. And brothers would just say something. Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny, Now that I think about it, and you guys were like, oh, Shola, that's so funny. Anyway, it's kind of funny, but as a child, it's not funny. So what is the moral of this story? The moral of this story is that if you have children that are teasing their siblings, you have to tell them to stop. My parents, I don't even know if my parents ever knew that my brothers were teasing me like that, because my parents were always in their own space, working, and we were pretty much raised by nannies and, all that stuff. But that really stuck to me. The time when I finally kind of started believing that it's not true, is when people started telling me that, oh, you look like your paternal grandma. And I saw my paternal grandma, and we kind of looked the same, and they were like, and then strangers would say, oh, my daddy, that I look like my daddy. If you guys see a picture of me and my daddy, you know that, yeah, girl, you're not adopted. But over the years, as a child, I always thought I was adopted. I always thought, so if my brothers, MN, if you guys are watching this, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it, you know, because for years I thought I was adopted. So imagine, you know, so I mean, if you have kids and they're teasing each other, you don't know how the power of what you say really matters. The power of you saying this, you saying that, and I don't know. I just always believe that whenever, let's say whenever my mom does something that made me feel sad, or my dad did something that made me feel sad, I'll be thinking, like, you know, like Orphan Annie, you know, from that movie Annie, thinking that, oh, maybe my real parents will come and stuff. So anyway, so that's the story. I still have all these grapes to do. It's not, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick story time. Thank you so much for watching, and tomorrow I'm gonna edit the vlog I did yesterday. Very long day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.